Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this great live. I'm Karina. I'm the Sugar Reset Girl. Yay. Here we go from here. And today we're gonna be talking about this issue that a lot of people don't realize that sometimes they're struggling with. So, familia, please join my live. Tell me, where are you from? I would love to read on the comments. Where are you from? I'm from Dallas, Texas. Yes, familia, I'm here. So today's we're going to talk. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you for joining my live. Thank you. As you know, today we're going to talk about something I wish more people understood before they were ever told they had pre-diabetes or diabetes type 2. Let me know in the comments if anybody is struggling with this, because that's the root cause. A lot of times is insulin resistance. Like in my case, I used to struggle with insulin resistance. So let me know, please, on the comments, where are you from? Because I would love to read. Where are you connecting from? I'm in USA, in Dallas, Texas. Cheers to all of y'all. I'm going to explain this without making it complicated, okay? This is going to be easy. I don't want to complicate it. This is no medical school vocabulary, no fear, no blaming food. And definitely, I'm not diagnosing ourselves here, okay, on social media. I'm just bringing you information that I have been doing my research and everything. And this is something that I would love to share with all of y'all, because I need you to listen to this, okay? According to the latest CDC statistics, approximately, listen to this, 150 million American adults have prediabetes. Yes, familia. 1 in 10 people are diabetic. 1 in 8 people are diabetic and don't know it. And 1 in 3 people have already pre-diabetes. Imagine that. Just imagine that, how complicated it is right now. The new society that they don't realize that they're struggling with different type of things, that the root cause is insulin resistance. Okay, so remember, familia, that's more than 2 out of 5 every adults in the USA, because I'm in USA. It's more than 150 millions that people are struggling. Americans in USA are struggling with diabetes. Okay, and more than 8 people out of 10 don't even know they have it. That's the worst thing. So just let's think about it. Millions of people are walking around with blood sugar that's already outside the normal range. Imagine that. A lot of people are struggling with that, and they don't even know it. They don't know it, okay? So give me just a second. Let me just put here. So please, quick question. When was the last time you had your A1C checked? Let me know in the comments. When was the last time that you checked your A1C? Please drop the letter A if it was within the last year. Drop the letter B if it was more than a year, or drop the letter C if you don't have no idea of what it is, A1C. Let me know in the comments, and that's okay. Remember, I don't judge nobody. I just want to see where everybody is, because familia, that's part of my life, to be educational, to learn some things. Okay, so before we go further, you need to know that I'm not a doctor. Excuse me, I won't diagnose nobody. I'm just a regular girl that it's a metabolic coach, that I was struggling with insulin resistance, and I didn't knew that that was insulin resistance until I learned and I started to understand what was happening to my body. Okay, so my job is this morning, it's super simpler. I want you to understand your body well enough to ask better questions. When you go to your doctor, to your physician, for you to ask better questions. If something we discussed sounds familiar, well, don't diagnose yourself. Go to your doctor, okay? Write it down and then ask your physician. Get appropriate testing. Information should make you more prepared, not more afraid. That's the main thing. That's the thing that I want you to learn today for me, to be prepared, not afraid. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning, familia. You eat. Let's imagine we're eating rice, we're eating beans, we're eating tortillas, we're eating fruit, we're eating bread, we're eating potatoes, whatever. Okay, Your digestive system breaks carbohydrates down into smaller molecules, including glucose. Glucose enters your bloodstream, and glucose isn't the enemy. No, familia, don't think that it's not the enemy. Okay, your body actually uses glucose for energy. You need to know that your body needs that glucose to get it into energy, but glucose needs somewhere to go. That's where insulin comes in. Okay, that's where insulin joins the party. That's where insulin is like, hey, I'm here, I'm at home, so let me see, where can I help you? Okay, familia. So right here, it's where we start having this different type of issues. Okay, give me just a second. What is happening here? There we go. Okay. So now, familia, remember, you could imagine that the insulin, it's like a key, okay? So your pancreas produces a hormone called insulin. Pancreas, okay? Your body is producing insulin. And here's the easy analogy for you to understand. Imagine that insulin is a key. Insulin is a key, and glucose is outside the cell saying, hey, I have energy for you. Hey, 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 I have energy for you. So it knocks on the table. No, and insulin helps signal the cell so glucose can be taken up and used or stored. So after you eat, glucose rises and your pancreas responds with insulin and insulin rises. Okay, familia? So your body handles the incoming nutrients, the normal physiology. That's the normal physiology, okay? But does that make sense so far? Type key if the key analogy makes sense. Let me know, please, on the comments. I would love to read your comments if this is making sense to you. If you're getting it like with me, let me just share right here. Okay. So yes, Amelia, let me know in the comments if this is something that it's making sense for you. If this is an analogy that insulin, it's the key that will unlock our cells, because our cells needs insulin. Okay, so perfect. Now we're going to understand insulin resistance. Imagine this happening over and over all day long, all the day. Okay, eventually in insulin resistance, cells in tissues such as muscle. Okay, insulin resistance cells in tissues such as muscle, fat, and liver don't respond to insulin as effectively as they should, because this is happening every day, all day long. So what is happening? All that cells in our muscles, in our fat, in our liver don't respond to that insulin no more. So what does the body do? Does anybody know what does the body do? It compensates. The pancreas may need to produce more insulin to accomplish the job. Okay, that's why insulin resistance doesn't necessarily begin with dramatically high blood glucose. Your body can compensate for a period of time, just for a period of time, not all day long. Okay, so imagine somebody ringing your doorbell. Ding dong, ding dong. You heard that? Can you hear it? Ding dong. Then imagine somebody ringing it constantly. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Imagine that. Obviously, eventually, the same signal isn't producing the same response, familia. That's not a perfect biological analogy. Your cells aren't literally ignoring a doorbell, but isn't an easy way to understand the concept of reducing responsiveness, okay? So let me know who had heard the term insulin resistance but never really understood what was insulin resistance. Type me on the comments. I would love to read on the comment box. What is it? Have you ever heard about insulin resistance? I didn't. I never knew what was insulin resistance until my OB told me, hey girl, you are insulin resistant and you're gonna have your menopause before. I was 31 when she told me that I was insulin resistant. I ignore all of that. I didn't knew what was insulin resistance, but now that I have been learning, I understand that I was struggling with insulin resistance since I was at least 15 years old. I'm gonna turn 35 next month. Right now I'm 34. But when I was 15, I had a surgery on my right breast. They removed cyst from my breast, and they told me that I had to get used to that idea of having cyst, because they told me you had a lot of cyst, but we couldn't remove all the cyst because there was gonna be, well, no breast. So they're not bad. They're benign. You could live with that, but guess too, your breast be hurting all day long. Get used that you will have a cyst on your ovaries. You will have myomas. You will have a regular period. They told me a lot of things, but they never said insulin resistance. Okay, at that moment it was PCOS. Now it's PMOS. I don't know if anybody of the girls that are looking at my live, let me know in the comments if you are dealing with that. But listen to this. If I was 15 years old and I already had cyst on my breast, so I was struggling with insulin resistance before that. But obviously, my mom at that moment, I was a teenager. She didn't knew about different signals about insulin resistance, and I didn't knew it. So you need to know, familia, that when we get diagnosed with something, it has already a background. It already has at least 5 years before that it started. In my case, I could imagine, because you're like, what are you talking about? Of course it can be kids developing insulin resistance. They do. I have a client, a little client. He's 4 years old and he's struggling with fatty liver. I have another client, he's 12 and he's struggling with pre-diabetes. Imagine that. And we need to address the root cause of those different metabolic issues, insulin resistance. So now I know that I was struggling with that. Okay, so let me know in the comments if anybody's struggling with the same. As you know, well, insulin resistance could increase different type of issues like diabetes, obesity, high blood sugar, metabolic syndrome, like me, PCOS or PMOS, that's the actually one, heart disease, Alzheimer disease. Familia, listen to this. And I know this is going to be recording on Facebook, on YouTube. There's a lot of doctors that they're been saying that the next type 3 diabetes, it's going to be Alzheimer, because that's an excess of sugar in our brain. So imagine that if we could do something like to get to reduce those factors by going directly to the root cause, by addressing directly to the root cause, can you imagine what that happened? Things will really change. So remember, there's another fact that it could increase your risk for if you're struggling with insulin resistance and you don't know anything about it. There's a lot of risk. Kidney disease, skin tags, depression, decreased libido, neuropathy. I was struggling with neuropathy on my arms, on my legs. I felt them numbness, tingling. I felt them that it burned. I felt like little ants walking. Yeah, familia. Oh my God, those type of neuropathies. I understand that. Liver disease. Let me see right here. I can here is some gout. For men, you need to know that ED, that erectile dysfunction, it has a root cause. It has an origin, okay? Don't think that just with the little blue tic tac is gonna help you that. No, familia, you need to get to the origin or to the root cause of that. You need to address that, okay? Chronic fatigue. I was always struggling with chronic fatigue. I was always tired. I was always in a bad mood. My hair was falling down. I had skin tags all over my face. Acne and skin tags, they were growing on my neck right here. Skin tags right here near the armpits in my back. They were growing up skin tags, and I thought they were normal. I thought it was the moles because I have a lot of moles, as you can see, a lot. But no, familia, that's another signaling of insulin resistant. Acne, adult acne, irritability, infertility. There's another type of things that a lot of women that, because I remember when my OB, she diagnosed me with insulin resistance. She was like, hey, you need to go and freeze your eggs because in a year or 2 years, you will have your menopause. I was like, what? Hey, Shahiel, welcome. Good morning. Welcome. Well, good morning to me. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining my live right here on Instagram. So yes, familia, she told me that, but it was like a bucket of cold water on my body when she told me that. She was like, you know what? When you turn 32, no 33, you're gonna become menopause. You're gonna be like, you're gonna start getting where your body's gonna start to get old. I was like, what? Hey Farouk, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, welcome. Tell me, where are you from? Hey Sophie, welcome, welcome, Sophie. Thank you. So yes, Amelia, you need to know that okay, TikTok has filtered some comments so I can read them. So thank you, thank you. Yes, my Sophie, good morning, good morning, welcome. So yes, Amelia, chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation. Obviously, sometimes we think that it's the weight, but no, familia, it's that chronic inflammation that we can't give a rest, we can't give a pause to our body. So that's why it struggles with that chronic inflammation. So you need to know that there's option, okay? Abdominal menstrual illness. That was I was struggling with, like I told you. Oral health issues. Oh, thank you, Shahil. Thank you so much. If you're struggling with some oral health issues, a lot of cavities, a lot of different infections in your mouth, it becomes from that, familia. And we don't relate it. We think that, oh, it's so different, the mouth, it's different, the arms, it's different, the legs. But no, it has only one root cause. Like me, it was insulin resistance, familia. And you need to know, if we feel like weakness, immunity, our system, or our immunity system, I was getting sick every time. I'm talking about me, familia. I'm talking about my personal experience, okay? I'm just going to be for a couple more minutes right here, but yeah, that was me. I didn't understand why I was going to the doctor, to the physician, maybe every 2 months, because I had my immunity system low. But since I started something that I'm going to talk about in a couple of minutes, that has been history. You need to know that I have a year, more than a year. I have 15 months taking this product, so probably I have like 14 months that I don't go to the doctor no more, because I have been giving my body that ability to by himself, with just a tool, a natural tool, to help it to recover that part of their own by a natural way. So another thing is skin discoloration. You know that there's some people struggling with different type of issues where their pigmentation on their skin, I'm not sure what's the name of that in Spanish, it's vitiligo, but yeah, this is something that a lot of people struggle with, and they think that it's another different a different illness. But it's the same thing about the sugar in your body, about that insulin resistance. So what can I say about the moods? Feeling tired every day, being in a bad mood, sad. That's another part of this. Feeling sad, feeling angry, feeling anxious, feeling obviously so happy. Well, we prefer that, feeling happy every day. But I was struggling with depression. I was feeling anxious. So, familia, if you are struggling with something like that, give me just a second. No, I don't want it. I don't want them. Okay. So yes, familia, this is something that a lot of people need to know, that there's options. Okay. Because remember, 1 in 10 people are diabetic right now. 1 in 8 people are diabetic and don't know it. And 1 in 3 people have pre-diabetic already. It's pre-diabetic and they don't even know. Let me know in the comments if somebody is struggling with this kind of issues, because you need to know that there are tools. There are natural tools for you could support your body. Because familia, there's a lot of different symptoms about insulin resistance. If you're craving sugar, if you're craving carbs, if you're feeling tired all day long, if you're struggling with that stubborn belly fat, hair loss, that chronic fatigue, familia, there is something. I remember that my mom, she was telling me like, hey, why are you always tired? I was a teenager. Obviously, we were like, oh, well, she's growing. It's part of her development. You know that. But familia, we need to pay attention. Now I realize that that was some red flags of my body telling me that it needed help. But you know it. Obviously, I know if you're a mom and dad, you're like, oh, it's just a teenager. She doesn't want to do anything. She's always saying that she's tired. But now I understand. Hair loss, dear. Yeah, Shahil, like I said, I understand you. I was struggling the same thing. I was getting like little holds because look, right now, all these little hairs, as you can see here, these are baby hairs that are growing. Look, these are baby hairs that it's growing because like I said, and I put some gel because all the time I have them like this. But yeah, because with this, I'm giving my body nutrition to recover what it has already lost. So that's why I do all these lives. What is your motto? My motivation, Rhaegar? Let me know in the comments over here on Instagram, or what is motto. Because yeah, I was struggling with insulin resistance for many years, and I didn't knew it. I didn't understand what was happening to me. So there was a coworker that helped me and gave me he talked to me about this protocol that now I have more than a year taking it. It has been 15 months that I'm taking this protocol right here. Let me show you. It's this one. It's yerba mate tea, and it's a fiber blend. I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna break it down. I don't have on TikTok. I don't have it pinned. I can show it to you directly. Okay. So what did I did? I was craving sugar all day long. I remember that coworker. He was like, and drinking a lot of coffee. I was that type of person that I got to my work with the biggest coffee, not the venti. I can't remember what's the name of that coffee. I'm gonna ask my baby sister. She used to buy a lot of those sizes. Same here, happening with me by mid 20s, struggling. Yes, Shahil. I understand. That's why more younger people are struggling with insulin resistance, and normally it's because of food environment. That's the thing, because sometimes we don't even realize that we're struggling with this. So we keep eating, we keep doing, we're snacking every day, snacking all day long. There's snacks everywhere, but we don't realize that that's not giving us a great nutrition. I just uploaded a video right here on the Sugar Reset Girl where I talk about that. It says healthy snacks at the top of the cart, at the big cart on the supermarket. Healthy snacks. I didn't find any protein, any fiber, any good fats. No, it was a lot of carbs, a lot of sweeteners, a lot of conservators. That wasn't a healthy snack. And believe me, familia, I'm not an anti-carb girl. I'm Mexican. I love tortillas. I love bread. I love pasta. I love it. I love it. I don't know if anybody's looking right now at me. I love chilaquiles. That's one of my favorite Mexican dishes, chilaquiles. It's not complicated. It's just a lot of tortilla, cut it in triangles, and they're bathed with sauce, spicy sauce. That's what I love. Some cheese, some sour cream, some onion, and obviously some protein. It could be eggs or chicken. That's what I love. It's a lot of carbs. So, familia, imagine that. Right now, the food environment has changed a lot. There's a lot of food engineers working on how to make us more addictive to food. Yes, familia. I don't know if sometimes you're looking at something at the TV, any commercial. Yes, you're Mexican. They love food though. Yeah, I know. I am. I love it. I love spicy things. I love my Mexican food. It's the best thing ever. Obviously, I have been eating Indian food too. We really enjoy it with my husband too. We love to go to different Indian restaurants right here in Dallas, Texas, because it's so delicious. I love it. I love it, all the taste and everything. So yeah, but I'm not gonna get out of my life. But yes, familia. Like I said, when you're watching anything at TV, they come out some commercials. I don't know if you feel that, like your mouth is watering because you're just looking. Those food engineers are working how to make us more addicted to that. Obviously, all our senses are working. The sight, listening, the taste, the touch, the smell. Everything is working just by a commercial. You're looking at something, you're listening. You can't touch at that moment that food, but yeah, your mouth is watering just to imagine what you're looking at. But tell me, I have it always telling my customers, if it doesn't grow from the soil or if it doesn't come from a tree, well, that is not natural. Okay. So what I'm about to say, because I'm just gonna be here for 6 more minutes, familia. It's I got into my life this protocol that the base thing is yerba mate. It's a plant grown in South America that it has a lot of different compounds, natural compounds. It's yerba mate. We as a company, we have our own fields where we know with what water it's water or yerba mate. We have control. It's no pesticides because we are taking care of our yerba mate, and it comes in this. It's a tea. Right now, I have mine. This is a raspberry pomegranate flavor. Cheers, cheers to all of y'all. So, what are the natural compounds on yerba mate? Chlorogenic acids, theobromine, saponins. I don't know if you have ever heard about that. If you're struggling insulin resistance like me, well, like I was, feeling tired all day long, chlorogenic acids will give you that boost of natural energy. Okay? Because I know that chronic fatigue, chlorogenic acids will give you those, but that you could find this type of compounds. Oh no, that's theobromine. But yeah, chlorogenic acids. Check my okay. Yes, Shahil. Yes, I have a lot of DMs, a lot. But yeah, I'll go and look for it. Okay. Yes, Shahil. Yes. So if you're struggling with that, this chlorogenic acids, natural energy, no more brain fog. Theobromine, it's the second one. Theobromine. You know where you could find theobromine too? By a natural way, in dark chocolate. In dark chocolate, in cacao. Theobromine. Theobromine, you will find it in dark chocolate, in real cacao. That's one, it's the main focus. It's to give you that clariness mentally, to be focused. So as you know, when you eat chocolate, what does it give you? That satiety of, oh my God, I feel so happy. I love chocolate. I love chocolate. It's one of my favorite things. So I always feel like so happy with everything. Like I could do a lot of things. But this is what it has been giving me that boost. Now, saponins, it will maintain under control my cravings, sugar cravings, carb cravings. This is something that I have been having in my body for, like I said, more than a year now, because it has been a great support. I drink this every day in the morning on my empty stomach, as you can see now. This is how I start my day. Normally, typically, you think that when you wake up, you gotta go directly and have breakfast. That's what the industry, the new fodder, the new modern food has been telling us, that when you wake up, you have to eat pancakes, waffles, orange juice. Oh my God, orange juice. It has a lot of sugar, orange juice. I can't imagine. I have a long time ago that I don't drink that. And obviously, even natural juice, you need to know. I always do this example. Okay, it's delicious and it's natural, yes, but you need to drink it with the fiber, okay? But in a regular glass of 8 ounces of a glass of 16 ounces, it's the big one. That's what we normally drink. Don't you think about orange juice? How many oranges do you think that it might take for that glass of 16 ounces? How many? Let's see, maybe 4 oranges. It depends if they're sweet and juicy, but 6 oranges. You need 6 oranges to make a glass natural. I'm talking about natural orange juice. 6 oranges. Now, will you eat 6 oranges if you sit down? And will you eat 6 oranges at that moment? So now you realize you're giving your body a lot of sugar that has the oranges, and you're not having the fiber. When you open that orange and you eat it, you're having fiber. And it's okay, it's much better. But I don't think anybody in the morning will eat 6 oranges. So why are we drinking a glass of orange juice? And let's not talk about the commercial orange juices, that it's only pulp, it's only sugar, it's only colorants, it doesn't. One glass of orange juice that you buy from the store, it's around 18, like if you were eating 18 oranges at that moment. And the worst thing is that it's not natural. It isn't natural. It has a lot of sweeteners. It had a lot of conservative. It has a lot of, can you imagine that? Just realize that. and we're giving that to our kids. That's why I understand why I have a client that he's 4 years old and he's struggling with fatty liver. That's why I understand why I have a client in Pennsylvania. He's 12 years and he's pre-diabetic. And I understand. I understand that it's complicated. It's complicated as parents. I'm your constant listener in live last few days. Yeah, Shakil, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I remember you. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining my live. I really, really appreciate that support. Thank you for being this morning too, right now. Thank you so much. And yes, I'm going to go and check the DM that you said because, yeah, if you want to start this protocol, we could do it together, okay? I gained so much information about metabolism. Yes, exactly, Shahil. That's the thing. I want to share what I'm struggling with. I want to share what I'm learning. Because, yes, familia, this is a product. Obviously, I'm going to tell you, go and get it in my profile, in my bio, you will find it. But it's not just a product, it's for you to learn what is happening into your body. That's the thing. Remember, I'm not anti-carb like I have been saying. Not just because I said it doesn't, if it doesn't grow from the soil and if it doesn't come down from a tree, don't eat it. No, I love hamburgers. Pizza, oh my God, pizza. I could eat everyday pizza. I love it, but I don't because I know that's not healthy. But what do I do? When we're gonna eat a pizza with my husband here at home, you know what I do? I get ready a salad, a big amount of spinach, high in iron, fiber. I put blueberries, I put blackberries, I put raspberries, everything that ends in berries, that's good. I put almonds, I put nuts, I don't like dressing, so I just put olive oil on the top of the salad. And some boiled eggs. I boil 2 boiled eggs for each of us, and then we start eating our pizza. That's what I'm saying. You need to learn how to eat. This is no diet, this is no restrictions. It's just only for you to learn how to eat. And okay, excuse me, okay, you're in the pizza place, in the restaurant, they don't have boiled eggs, they don't have salads. Well, think about it, how you're gonna do it. Obviously, first drink your balance. Drink your balance, this one right here. Anyone, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you could just go and check on my bio. Right there, you're gonna find it. Okay, you're gonna find how you could get this. Balance, it's a 7 fiber soluble insoluble fibers with vitamins and minerals. That the main focus is to coat those carbohydrates that you're gonna eat at that moment. So it will help your body to do a slow absorption of those carbs. So at the same time, you won't have that glucose spikes in your body. So you won't have that response of pancreas producing more insulin. So it's going to be under control. Remember, familia, if glucose is high, insulin will be higher. If you keep eating all day long, every time, a lot of carbs, your glucose will be getting higher and higher. So your insulin will be higher and higher. And right here, the only thing that you're burning is sugar. What about the fat? You're storing the fat. What about if you, like me, I do intermittent fasting for more than a year now, every day. I have been doing intermittent fasting. So what do? I lower those glucose spikes because I'm not eating every day, all day. I'm not eating all day long, only 2 meals. So my glucose is under control. My insulin is low. When my insulin is low, what do you think that it happens? My body, it's in fat burning mode. This is not especially, I'm not gonna, this is the best product in the market for you to weight loss. No, because this will address the root cause of you having those LBS. First, you need to understand what your body is helping you. Yes, Shahil. Yes, it does. Because look, right now, yesterday I had my last meal it was 6 in the afternoon. That was my last meal. That when my husband arrived from work, it was at 6 afternoon. Right now it's 9 in the morning. So right now 9:30. I have 15 hours and a half fasting. 15 hours and a half fasting. And I won't break my fast maybe until 12. 11 or 12, I'm not sure because I'm going to have a meeting. So yeah, 11 or 12. I will do around 18 hours of intermittent fasting. During that time, my body, I'm giving this tool to keep me, remember, to keep those cravings under control, because that's my unimote. Sugar cravings, carb cravings. I have a lot of energy. I don't know. I don't think I'm like, oh, I'm tired. Oh no, I can do this. Yeah, you know what? No. I feel with energy. I feel so focused. I feel so concentrated that I could be in in my laptop, in one cell phone, in another cell phone, reading the comments, looking who's coming inside. By the way, thank you for joining my live. This is what it does. My body right now, Shahil, is getting from that storage. If I have some fat storage, is burning it. That's why I have energy. My tea is helping me that. And you asked me, what is window of fasting? 18:6. Okay, well, 18:6, Sahil. I mean, Shahil, it's that your body for 18 hours, you give it a rest of food. Like I said, there's sometimes oh, I'm sorry. The AC for me, that's something that my body doesn't like AC, but right here in Texas, it's so hot that I need to have it on. Yeah, but it begins like giving me like kind of like allergy. So 18 hours, you give it a rest to your body of not eating, just drinking water, drinking your unimate. And six, it's that window of eating. Between that, so how many meals do we eat in 6 meals? So how many meals do we eat in 6? Maybe 6 hours pre-car over here in TikTok, because Sheil is, oh yeah, 6 hours. Yeah, two. An example, I break my fast at 12:30. Let's say at 12. Every day at 12. I break my fast at 12. So I have my food, my lunch, and then I have dinner around 5 in the afternoon. So I left 5 hours between that. Okay, because remember, when we have the insulin that we produce and the glucose when we eat, we need to get between foods out 4 hours. I know kind of it's complicated. I have been done this for many months now. This is great because the protocol is going to be a great tool to keep those hours of intermittent fasting. Okay, because I know that a lot of people are like, no, intermittent fasting is, I'm going to be hungry all day long, I'm going to be struggling with hunger. No, you're not. It has been that some days I do only 1 meal a day, only 1 meal. I'm working, I'm doing a lot of things, I'm on lives, I'm on my videos, I'm on calls, and everybody. Yes, pre Kahoot. Actually, it's the best thing. I know that a lot of pre at TikTok asking me if someone has thyroid or hormonal imbalance, is 2 meals enough? He's asking me that, but it is pre. Even I have a lot of clients that they have stopped having those type of issues of thyroid, hormonal imbalance. What can I say? I was struggling with that. But now that's stopped. That's history. But yeah, intermittent fasting, 16-8. 16 hours, you give your body, it was, 18, 18-6. Yeah, 18-6. 18 hours, you don't give your body any of carbohydrates, any protein, nothing. Just water, just your unimate, because this is the tool that it will help you keep that intermittent fasting. Okay, and on the next 6 hours, you could have a meal, and then the next meal when you're gonna go in that window. Okay, like I said, I always, how long do I need to take this? Emmanuel 28 Patrick on Instagram. It depends, Emmanuel. What are your goals? It depends. What do you want to gain with this? Okay, because like I said, I have 15 months now taking this protocol. But I'm for sure, the first day, I said goodbye to feeling tired. I don't remember what was feeling tired now. I don't, because since I started my protocol, I have never feeling tired. I have been feeling with more mental focus and everything. And I have learned, Emmanuel, and please let me know. Let me know, Emmanuel, where are you from? Okay, give me just a second because it moved. Give me just a second. There we go. Okay, Emmanuel, let me know where are you from. Please, I would love to read that. But yeah, Now, if you're struggling with something for many years, give it a try at least for every month that you have been struggling with that. Like me, I'm gonna turn 35 next month. So if I realize that I was insulin resistant when I was 15 years, when they did a surgery on my breast because I had cysts, that's 20 months that I should be taking this. But I know since my 4th month, my hair stopped falling down. I stopped having that acne adult. I have struggling with that stubborn belly fat. Hello, Elda. Welcome, welcome. Emmanuel from Nigerian. Okay, you could just go to my profile, Emmanuel. Check right there. I have right there the link. You could just go and check on it and check if. Oh, sorry, my tripod ran out of battery. Let me just remove it from here. Over here on Instagram. That's why I look like from the side. Give me just a second. Let me turn it on. There we go. Okay, so yeah, check on it. There we go. Yes, Emmanuel, check on it, but I'm not sure if we do deliveries from the company to Nigeria. But yeah, check on it, okay? What is your DOB? Tell me, Shio, what is that? I'm not sure. What does it mean? DOB. Please tell me. I have in my mind a lot of initials: CDC, NIDKK, but it comes a lot. Asif, what can I say? This is something that Asif, I have been taking for 15 months. This skin that you're telling me, TikTok, they're asking me on Instagram that my skin looks so glowy. Then what do I do? You need to know that there's a lot of people that they call this the youth elixir of youth. Yes, because like I said, I'm gonna turn 35. A lot of people, when they meet me in person, they're like, "Are you sure you're gonna turn 35?" Well, I don't know, but yeah, I am. I'm from the 91. I'm from the 91, Shahil. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if you're asking me about any illness, about any signal or something, but yeah, I'm from the 91. I'm from September. So yeah, that's I'm from the 91. That's why I'm gonna turn 35. But yeah, thank you for asking. But yeah, remember, thank you, Asif. Thank you. Yes, if you buy, like Emmanuel, if you're interested on this, go and check on it on my profile. You will find it there. And I become your metabolic coach. We're gonna work together. Okay. Best of luck. Thank you, Asif. Thank you so much. Yeah, for you too. God bless you. Thank you. Yeah. When you buy the product, when you buy the protocol with me, I become your coach. I'm gonna be there by your side. You will have access to a free app where you could be tracking where you're drinking your balance, when you're drinking your Unimate, and you will have a metabolic scan for free. You will have a guide. I will give you a guide where you could be looking at it and checking how you would drink it and all that. So yes, familia, this is what I do. This is what it is. I'm the Sugar Reset Girl. I'm based in Dallas, Texas. And like Sheil has already been following me for many lives. I do this every morning. Well, for me, it's every morning. Right now, it's 9:37 a.m. right here in Dallas, Texas. And I'll come back later in the night, around 9 2. Today 9:30 p.m. Is this your product, your founder? Guess what, Shahil? I'm a certified store. They provide me the product. My only mission is to share with people that there's options, natural options. I'm the product of the product. I drink the product. That's why I talk about it. But no, I'm not the founder. I'm the founder of the Sugar Reset Girl. Yes, of course. That's my brand. That's me. That's why I share with all of y'all my lifestyle, what I do, what I take, because this is something that it has been giving me a lot of benefits. And talking about health, that's the main thing. But yeah, obviously as an income, that's another benefit too. Because now I'm focusing on this. This is my business. This is my digital business. So if you want to join my team too, we could do that too. We could make it work. because this is something that a lot of people need to listen to. This is something that a lot of people need to know, that there's options, natural options. Okay. Yeah. So thank you, Shahid. Thank you, Sheil, for asking me. But yeah, so as you know, I'm the Sugar Reset Girl. Thank you for joining my live. I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm going to another live on my the Sugar Reset Girl 2.0. Yeah, on TikTok, okay? Right here on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You know where to find me. I'm as the Sugar Reset Girl. I want to join your team. Okay, Shahil. Of course. Well, let's just do it right there. You told me that you sent me a DM. Great. So we're gonna make it work, okay? I'm just gonna go and look for that. But yeah, thank you so much, Sheil. I'll be there, okay? And yeah, let's talk about it more about this. I would love you to become part of my team. CJ, I see you that you're here, CJ. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna go live in my other account, CJ, where you could find the product, okay, in a couple of minutes. Right now, I'm almost done here on the Sugar Reset Girl 2.0, okay? CJ, I see you over here. Welcome, welcome. Okay, but yes, Sheil, I'll reach up to you, okay? And let's see what could we do. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, everyone that it has been joining my live. I'll see you later, alligator. God bless you all. And I know in India, have a blessed night, rest, enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, no, yeah, for you tomorrow, later at night for me, okay? Thank you so much for joining my live. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. And see you later, alligator. Bye bye, Facebook and YouTube.